And what I really, I mean, this is where the reflection point comes, that for women to become fearless, their background, their foundation has to be that strong too. When you talk about families and families doing those unconventional things, looking at all the statistics, and you worked with some of the leading global, companies, that where is the woman lagging? Like only 7% of representation of women in leadership roles. That's dismal. Where is it? So we as a society are failing, and is it? And this is not Indian figure. This is global figure, right? So what's happening out there?
I think every woman is essentially a multitasker, because you're not just doing a job. You're also a mother. You're also running a household. You're a daughter-in-law. So you've got that huge amount of, I won't say baggage, but that other stuff that you have to focus on. For a man, typically you go to work, you do your job, you come back, then you sit back, you watch TV, you read the newspaper. Maybe now things are changing, but in when I was younger and through the years, maybe not what I experienced myself, because I've been fortunate. My husband has been a solid partner throughout. This is the usual story. So for a woman who's doing a million other things in addition to her job and showing up for her job and doing that job, somewhere I think it's really remarkable, but I don't think it always gets recognized.
Yeah. Something that you regret in life?
Oh, I ask myself that question every once in a while. No regrets.
No regrets?
No regrets.
Beautiful.
No regrets.
Super.
You have to be forgiving of yourself to get to the point where you don't have regrets.
Yeah. Welcome to Unbound Specials, yet another episode, yet another unfiltered and unstoppable human today with us. As you know, ये particular series हम curate कर रहे हैं women entrepreneurs, women change makers, leaders और experts के साथ. और आज जो show पे आई हैं, who is gracing our studio today, again, a profile which we have never ever highlighted or spotlighted before. She is a growth and a business strategist with 3 decades of experience under her belt. She loves to call spade a spade. मैं उनके बारे में बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं बोलूँगी, and I will let her do her introduction. That's Rakhi Hana. Welcome to the show, Unbound.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
We are so happy to have you. Thanks for giving us this opportunity.
Absolutely. Looking forward to our conversation, actually.
100%. And tell us what you do, Rakhi, how you are creating and making a dent out there.
Oh, you're asking me to summarize a 33-year career in a few sentences, and I'll try my best.
Sure.
So I have worked in corporate for most of my life, worked with brands and retailers like Target, Levi's, Ralph Lauren. And it was in 2021, March of 2021, during COVID, my position was eliminated with the restructuring in the company, and I decided to retire at that point. People started reaching out to me from across the globe and asking me for my help to work on a project basis. So, in fact, my first client was somebody based in LA who had production and manufacturing in China, and they had quality and other issues, system and SOP issues in China, and they didn't know how to fix it. And I'm like, I'm sitting in India. This is 2021. We are in complete lockdown. And I'm like, I can do it virtually, but are you okay with me doing that? And they said yes. And, that's literally how my consulting practice began. And it expanded across industry. So I'm kind of industry agnostic. So operations is something that I can do with my eyes closed. It's it's what I've grown up doing, literally, because I started right at the bottom, which was in the execution and operations and manufacturing. And as I grew through my career, I got into bigger roles, larger organizations, and got into a position where strategy became a key component of what I did.
Yeah, so I would come to that part. We don't want to fast pace this episode, but really, I mean, what really interested me about your profile, about your work, is how you worked your way up, and how you have at every point, done something which was never done before. You didn't have a blueprint, or you didn't have a document to go to. Women in those spaces of leadership where you've reached, the sectors that you have touched, we don't see them often out there. What kind of kept you moving, and what was it like a thought through thing that this is how I want to step by step etch it out for myself?
Interesting question. So, it would go into the personal.
Mhm.
I have to talk about my upbringing, and I have to talk about my
100%.
parents, and I
Yeah.
have to talk about how my sister and I, we're two sisters.
Mhm.
So, my father was in the army, and in
Mhm.
1965, during the war, he lost a leg. He
Oh.
stepped on a landmine,
Oh.
and his career literally came to an end. So, at that stage, my mom was a teacher,
Mhm.
and they realized that making sure that
Yeah, please.
immediately get emotional.
I understand that. Yeah.
uh, making sure that we
Please-
were not
please get some
only
water if you want.
making sure that we were not only capable of looking after ourselves. So for us to have a profession and a career was critical for my parents,
Mhm.
but also to have the ability to look after our families if that situation ever arose.
Right.
So we've both been brought up like that. And I think the other piece which has been critical is my mother used to always tell us, do your best and forget the rest.
Mhm.
So don't worry about the outcomes. Whatever you do, you have to do your best. So shortchanging, taking shortcuts, not giving it our best was really not an option.
Mhm.
And my parents were our role models.
Mhm.
So, when you see the way we've been brought up and the struggles that I've seen my parents live through, but done it very transparently. We've all been part of it, and we've been part of the decision making. And, how can you not
Sure.
follow in
Yeah.
those footsteps?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of emotional
Absolutely.
component to,
Absolutely.
where I am today. And therefore, being fearless, being not worrying about what people say. My dad used to always tell us, तुमको जो करना है तुम करो, तुम दुनिया की मत सोचो. We are there. We support you. If you are doing the right thing and if you truly believe what you are doing, we will always support you.
Mhm.
So I think, my parents have broken barriers. They've done things very differently, and unko dekhte dekhte, we followed in their footsteps.
Yeah, that's a very, very beautiful anecdote that you actually shared with us, and much respect and love for that. And what this is where the reflection point comes, that for women to become fearless, their background, their foundation has to be that strong too.
Yes.
So when you talk about families and families doing those unconventional things, what do you think? I mean, looking at all the statistics, and you worked with some of the leading global, companies, that where is the woman lagging? Like only 7% of representation of women in leadership roles. That's dismal.
Yeah.
And where is it? So we as a society are failing, and is it? And this is not Indian figure. This is global figure, right?
Yeah.
So what's happening out there?
So, a couple of things. First of all, I think it starts with who we are as women and what we have to do. I think every woman is essentially a multitasker, because you're not just doing a job. You're also a mother. You're also running a household. You're a daughter-in-law. So you've got that huge amount of, I won't say baggage, but that other stuff that you have to focus on.
Yeah.
For a man, typically you go to work, you do your job, you come back, then you sit back, you watch TV, you read the newspaper. Maybe now things are changing, but in when I was younger and through the years, maybe not what I experienced myself, because I've been fortunate. My husband has been a solid partner throughout. But this is the usual story. So for a woman who's doing a million other things in addition to her job and showing up for her job and doing that job, somewhere I think it's really remarkable, but I don't think it always gets recognized.
Yeah.
The other component also is, the reality is that, in organizations, I think there is still to some extent the belief that, men will show up, they'll have their full focus on the company, on the work, they'll be able to give their 100%. Women get distracted. Sometimes there's a pregnancy, sometimes there's a child. There's other stuff that's going on. I think as much as progress is taking place, and I've seen a lot over the decades, there is some residual effect of that. Although I do believe that companies are making the effort and they are trying to, push the, diversity and getting in diverse leaders. I also think there is that boys club concept. So the
which we spoke about. Yeah.
Correct. We talked about it. So culturally, if the company I find has a good culture, is professional, is respectful, you'll see women in the forefront. For companies which are cutthroat, which don't really focus on culture, where, anything goes, you will probably find fewer women in leadership.
Coming to your personal sort of contribution there, because you've held some of these roles yourself, right?
Yes.
And you've also been working with leadership and mindsets.
Yes.
Who are actually the cause of defining these cultures too. How are you making a difference? How are you ensuring that women get that seat at the table?
Oh, I've been avidly, aggressively pushing, the hiring and the focus on women from day one, from the time that I became a manager through my career. I think that I have always championed the cause of women. And here's how I would say it. If I had two candidates, a man and a woman, who perform equally, I would probably sort of lean towards the woman candidate. Here I'm making a very specific distinction that capability has to be at par. You don't make compromise on capability.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think women are more steady. They are more committed, more disciplined. You give an instruction to a woman, it is more likely for it to be followed. And I think that particularly in the profession that I have been, which is operations, manufacturing, women engineers were not known. I was, I think, one of maybe 4 or 5 women back in the 90s who were in this profession. But, as the years passed, I would come across the odd woman. When we were hiring, I would tell specifically my HR, go out into the universities and colleges, engineering institutes, look for women, hire women. I want women industrial engineers. I want women mechanical engineers, production engineers. And, we found gems. So, a few years ago, about maybe a decade ago, I was hiring for my team in Bangladesh, and I wanted to hire a woman in Chittagong. And the MD of the office was actually a Pakistani gentleman based in Dhaka.
Okay.
So I had interviewed a lot of candidates, and each time I would compare this woman candidate. I had one woman candidate. And I'd make that comparison, and she would still come out the better candidate. She had 1 year of experience. She was an industrial engineer. And I told the MD that, I want to hire this woman. And he laughed and he said, you're making it very difficult for me. I'm like, what do you mean? He said, no, I'll have to make sure that there is security for her, that, she doesn't work late in the factories. But I said, come on, you have to do this. And he was like, chalo. Wow. I'll interview her and let's see how she is. So he did the second interview because she had dotted line reporting to him. And of course, he was the MD of the office. And he came back and he said, yep, let's hire her.
Wow. So has this triggered any story, idea or thought in you? Or do you have a story to tell yourself? Then reach out to me at Unbound with Mamta. Write to me at unboundwithamtaa@gmail.com या फिर किसी भी हमारे एपिसोड, स्टोरी, रील या शॉर्ट्स को लाइक, शेयर और सब्सक्राइब करें. Keep watching Unbound with Mamta. We have this rapid reflex, quick rapid fire round.
Okay.
There aren't any hampers to be won though. But I'm sure kuch jaldi hoga. We will have you again for a hamper. But just quick volley of questions. First thought, first prompt, whatever hits you,
Okay.
maybe a sentence or a word. You're
Sure.
not getting any time to think about it. Are
Okay.
you ready for this?
I think hope so.
Okay. Never have you ever. Just complete the sentence for me.
Never have I ever fallen down and not gotten up.
Metaphorically.
Metaphorically. Physically also.
Of course.
Sorry, I took a little time to think
No,
about
that's
that.
fine. Pauses are fine. Pauses are fine. If not for who you are and where you are today, what would Rakhi Handa have been? Any second choices on yourself?
I think I would have been a writer.
Oh,
I'm very fond of writing.
prolific one, I'm sure.
I've written a lot, yes.
Oh,
Never,
excellent.
I've published articles, I've written a book,
Yeah.
haven't really gotten around to getting it published.
Yeah. But next time, maybe we
yeah.
are having you for that reason.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Who knows?
See, इसमें से audio book तो बनी जाएगी.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. First thing, which is like a morning ritual for you, like before even you kickstart your day, what is that must-do thing for you?
Oh, I get up and have a bottle full of water.
Oh,
I start my day with that water.
nice. And a bedtime ritual, which is a must to follow.
You know, I think it's not so much a bedtime ritual as a thought.
Okay.
When I lie down in bed and the lights are off, I think, what did I learn today?
Oh.
Is there anything new that I learned?
Oh.
It could be a recipe. It could be a game.
Wow.
It could be some learning that I've had.
Yeah.
But you know, for me, it's really, I'm a lifelong learner.
Yeah.
It's really important for me to say, अच्छा आज कुछ नया सीखने को मिला.
Wow. I think this should be your hashtag, yeah. अच्छा मुझे आज कुछ नया सीखने को मिला.
Like Rancho says in Three Idiots.
Yeah.
क्या किसी ने पूछा?
Yeah.
आज कुछ नया
नया
सीखने को मिलेगा.
मिलेगा.
That so resonated with me.
Wow. Beautiful.
Yeah.
What kind of a person are you? Traveler or someone who likes to sit back and just retreat?
So I think a mix of both.
Okay.
I like to, when I'm in relaxation mode, I like to be in my own space and just be. And I've spent decades traveling prolifically. So when I want to be in my own zone, then it's about being in my home and just absorbing the joy I get from the four walls of my home.
Oh, how sweet.
And the exercise. I
Yeah.
think it gives me great joy. And my husband and I work out together. We go
Yeah.
to, we CrossFit.
Yeah.
And you know, that also is the community there, and
Yeah.
the workout really energizes you.
Yeah. All right. So books, movies, theater, audio, video. What kind of a person are you?
Books and theatre.
Books and theater. So
Yeah.
your favorite on the shelves, like or the books that you keep going back to?
So my favorite book of all time is, there are two actually. One is called Mr. God, This Is Anna, which is a very little known book.
Fiction.
And the other one is To Kill a Mockingbird.
To Kill a Mockingbird.
Those are my two all-time favorites. There was a time when I used to read To Kill a Mockingbird once a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it'll be different each time, right? The
Yeah.
interpretation, the learning, everything,
Yes.
it'll be different. Oh, interesting. What does food mean to you? Water, I have understood what it means to you. What does food mean to you?
Food for me is my creativity.
Okay.
It's creativity. I love cooking. I love eating, but I'm very adventurous. So food for me is almost like nourishment for the soul.
Oh.
And it gives me great joy to try new recipes, to experiment. And I do a lot of experimentation. So I just make up my own recipes. And, I love doing
how
all of
lovely.
that. World cuisine. So love food.
Super. So
Yeah.
food is soulful and food is experiment, right?
Yes.
Oh, super.
Creativity.
Creativity, yes. Innovation and
Yes.
creativity. So, something that you regret in life? Just one thing?
Oh, I ask myself that question every once in a while. No regrets.
No regrets?
No regrets.
Beautiful.
No regrets.
Super.
I think you have to be forgiving of yourself to get to the
Yes.
point where you don't have regrets.
Yeah. Let's keep unbounding together.